Right, thanks, Keith. What do you think about the view there?
Well, it's coming on, isn't it? I wonder if anybody guessed what it is yet, do you think?
I think your bit looks a little like a bus.
You're right.
What's mine?
You're very perceptive.
What's mine?
Yours looks like a bus stop.
It is, and people.
And some people.
I thought, actually, you know that pullover you used to wear? Do you remember that pullover you used to wear with the stripes across there? The very attractive one. I just had a little idea that I thought it'd look quite nice. Do you think so?
Yeah. Well, look...
In actual fact, why don't you... I'd like to write in and let me know whether you want his pullover or his suit, actually.
Which shall I wear, eh? I'm a bit hot in the suit. Hello, Adam.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Adam.
Morning.
Now, here's a man who really does know about art, because you're quite a handy artist, aren't you?
Yeah, I used to paint my nose with a paintbrush.
That's it. It looked, yes, it looked very attractive.
Worked quite well for me, yeah.
Yes, he was going to stand in the Tate Gallery at one time like that.
Really?
Yes. But you, seriously, you are actually quite an artist, aren't you? Because I saw some of your drawings on Noel's show last week, which were very good.
I did, I studied graphic design for about 3 years and then got kicked out, so I just do it for fun now, really, but I really enjoy it.
But those cartoons you did for the new video last week, I thought were smashing. They were really, really good.
Yeah, they come on good on TV. They're nice to keep, and I've always done them for really just for the videos and kept them myself. But then somebody said, "Well, let's take a look at them. We'd like to use them." So it's a good job I keep everything.
Absolutely. You're going to do something one day, like in that line, maybe do a cartoon strip or something in the year, you know, 1999 Adamant cartoon strip. Or...
Well, when your record stops selling, you've got to do something. So see me down on the old pavement drawing.
Wife and 20 kids to support, or something like that. Wonderful. What do you think about John's effort over there, the bus? Should we wander around? Let's wander around.
Have a promise, do you think? Have you ever sold anything commercially in the painting line, Adam?
No, never. Not really. No. No, it's always...
I don't think this will sell either.
For fun.
I think that's...
Well, I mean, is that it? That's it, is it?
I think it might come on a little bit. I've got some bits to fill in, you know.
You can see how old
like
John
this.
is, because it's one of the old buses with no roof on the top.
Less to
It's an
paint.
omnibus.
Less to paint.
What can I say? I'm lost for words.
What do you think? Marks out of 10 for style?
I think it's a miss.
Oh, well.
I'll give it 5.
You give it 5. Right, OK, I won't
It's
ask you
5.
about my people, because they're all the same colour as the bus stop and standing about 2 foot up in the air. Listen, a little later we're going to see you singing Friend or Foe, right? And we'll also have another natter a bit later. I'll put the paint down and let you... I think a little splash of orange there would look rather attractive, John. Maybe a little bit across there as well.
It's going to go on his suit.
Right, hello, dog, what do you want? You can have your nose painted. You can have your nose painted? Would you like a John Craven pullover, your very own? Oh, fine, OK. No, you're not supposed to drink it. You go away. Otherwise you get an orange nose.
Yes.
Actually, we had a request for, as well as from the dog here, to see some dog things. And said, oh, isn't that sweet? How cute.
Tiring work being a guard dog, isn't it?
I think they're going to get to love the dog more than us. You know, they're going to say, please, can we see more of the dog? At least the front view. Right, yes, somebody wrote in and said, could we please see sort of dogs and animals and things like that? And as well as Sherlock Bones, our store detective there, looking half asleep. We're going to see now the littlest Adam, and we'll be talking to him in a second. First of all, I'd just like to say that they're not the only ones that have got kangaroos, you know, down in Brisbane, that we also have our own little furry creature here. Not exactly alive, admittedly, but nevertheless, 2 of them, which is more than they had. And here it goes. Whoa! Hopping around the studio. Right, that was Friend or Foe, and with me is Adam. What do you think of the painting earlier? Did you appreciate that now we finished it? Do you think it looks...
It's finished now.
Yeah, well, technically, yes.
It's a masterpiece.
Yes.
Masterpiece.
How did you find it getting up early to come in here this morning? It's something people are always asking me. They're always saying, how can you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning? I mean, do you find it easy?
No, it's not easy, but there's another alarm clock that you do that I have before I go to bed. If I think I've got to get up at 8 and I haven't got to bed till 2, then I'll spend the whole night sleeping thinking you've got to get up early and then get up perhaps earlier than I normally would. So it's just really, you know, it's a tension that you have all night, really.
Are you a sort of creature of habit that gets up and the first thing you do is have a cup of tea or dive into the bathroom? And do you always get up and think, oh, first I must?
Well, I get up and I think, shall I go back to bed? That's the first thing. Second thing is I have to have a cup of tea, love tea. And then really just shaving's the hardest part of the day because you can kill yourself in the morning shaving if you're too tired. Like, no, sometimes shaving away, I wake up and there's blood everywhere. And you think, God. you know, psycho, and it's just this razor, you cut yourself to bits. You know.
You can see the newspapers. Pop star and suicide attempt.
Yeah.
Cut shaving. Did you watch Top of the Pops? I asked Kate this earlier on Thursday for a different reason than Dex's singing about Jockey Wilson said.
No, I didn't see it, but I've heard about it. People have come up to me and said, "Do you see Top of the Pops?" I said, "No." They go, "Oh, right, fine." And I, "What's the matter?" "Oh, nothing, it's fine." But I hear that the DJs had a crack at choreography, wasn't it?
We didn't know that we were going to dance to it. They suddenly said, "Right, friend or foe," and we stood back and said, "No, you lot up there and dance." And it was embarrassing. And luckily they freeze-framed it to make it look good.
Really? They did all the...
Did all the bit.
Oh, yeah. I have to watch out then.
Listen, we were talking earlier about graphic design.
Yeah.
And I know maybe that's something that if you hadn't been what you are, you might well have gone into, or may well at some stage go back to. There are obviously a lot of young kids that would like to be somebody like Adamant or Shaking Stevens, but in reality will probably do something else. What about going into graphic design? I mean, is it a very daunting thing to think, oh, do I have to be a great artist? I mean, how do they go about it?
Well, I think that primarily, in my experience, it's a case of there seems to be an attitude towards all the arts, music and drawing or painting, whereby I think parents sometimes get the idea that, oh, you know, it's all right, but you'll get a real job one day, you know. And also there seems to be a lot of careers information on being a scientist or being a kind of research engineer or something. But if you go into a careers officer and say, I'd like to be a graphic designer or I'd like to be a painter, it's like saying I want to be a brain surgeon. You know, they just think it's, well, you know, you should really get your something serious going. And in fact, graphic design, when I studied it, I was able to get some help on where to apply. You have to write off to a lot of different colleges and you get a kind of catalogue of what goes on, which is very important. Visit a lot of them and then go down for an interview with your work. But I find that people think that drawing is a kind of pastime, but graphic designers are very, very hard-working people. I mean, I couldn't stand the pace. I think that's really why I now do it as part of my work, but very much as a hobby. You know. It is very hard work.
Before we go on to the music, very briefly, in a couple of words, can you tell us what a graphic designer is? Because a lot of people know the word, but what does it actually mean?
Well, it's someone that will interpret an idea visually in order to sell a product of some sort, either a poster or a record cover is graphic design, because it involves lettering saying who the record is made by, giving some idea of the imagery that artist is trying to put over. And it's the same as a can of beans, really. You know, there's a lot of science and a lot of work goes into that kind of thing.
Okay, well, talking of record covers, we've got quite a few bits down here.
There's lots of bits and pieces
to actually
down
give away. If I can get this one in particular, it goes rolling away.
This is my new record cover.
And that's a new record cover, 24 oil farben oil colours.
They're great, then.
Wonderful. That's to be given away. What that is? What that's oils? Is it?
I don't know what that is. That's cheating, really. Mustn't do that.
Right.
I bought some goodies down here, primarily from the video. Okay. This is the gingerbread man with the bite out of it. You know, this is the one, and I made that, and I've signed that. And
okay.
There's also at the back down here. There's the.
Do you know how much?
Yeah, Marco's dressed up as the. Marco's dressed. Yeah.
Can we open it?
You're that end. Marco's dressed up as the clown, and this is the drawing that I did, which he burst through. That's the original thing, the original backdrop, which I sat down and did.
Wonderful. So that's an original. There's just one off, and that's it.
Original. That's it.
That's wonderful.
A bit of a Rolf Harris job there.
All right. You mention the next bit, and I'll roll it up.
Next bit is this. This is something that I think is a first, really. It's one of my giveaways. It comes down like this, and it looks like a little package. It's got the Adamant Friend or Foe. That's my new album that's coming out. But if you unzip this, it's marvellous. Science can do. If you can get it undone. Wait.
Well, it works.
Other side. If you can get it undone.
So it's basically a bag.
It's basically a bag, and it won't open.
That undoes when the zip works.
Oh my God.
Do you want me to have a go?
Oh no. Oh what?
Oh, that's all right.
Now this is the fault of a guy called Dougie who works for a record company I know. and he's Scottish. And this is, in fact, an upside-down...
It's a parachute.
It's a parachute. No, it is, in fact, an anorak, which is wonderful. And it's a tour jacket, and that's in fact not for sale, so that's a special one for the winner or whatever. And the last thing's the picture disc that's out, just come out. I've got to ask a question, haven't I, about it to win all this stuff, which is I would like to know the correct title of the name of the bandit on the B-side of this picture disc.
The correct title of the name of the bandit.
The name of the bandit on the B-side of this picture disc, because there's been lots of different spellings of it and what have you.
There you are. You can win all those goodies just for that. The address is Saturday Superstore, BBC Television, London W12 8QT. Adam, before you go, I know that you had your new band on stage at London's Astoria last night, and from the people that I know that went, they said it was a great night, and the band's got a new name. Yeah,
it's just plainly called The Men, because I think it's very appropriate, so it's Adamant and his Men, really. It's 7 new guys. We've been rehearsing for a while, and we put on a special private show for 300 fans from the fan club, and who got these invitations and said, is it a hoax, you know, and they couldn't believe it. And we had a lot of people in there. It was a very nice evening. And,
Good. Finally, before I let you go and look around the shop, in the record Antrap, which you obviously did last night, you used to sing the names of the band. Now you've got a new band. Do the names still rhyme?
Well, I didn't perform it last night because I had a bit of a problem, but I've worked it out. The name of the band it's now Bogdan, Barry, Chris and Steve, Char, Stuart, Tony and me in the Orphan in the Sexy South. So that's it. But it's a bit of a mouthful, so...
My telephone. I'll let you go and have a look around the store while I do some work, all right? Thanks for coming in, Adam. Anyway, you can take some biscuits. Show some biscuits. Take one.
See you later.
A generous chap I am. That's Adamant. Thank you very much, and thanks for all the things he's brought in as well. Hello? Hello, hello? There's nobody there.